I I listened to a podcast this morning about like pickup techniques, and I think I'd forgot. I think I'm good at them. I think I'm really good at that, and I think I forgot some of those techniques. Right? I think I knew about them and I've internalized them a lot, but I think I like let them kind of go. And listening to that podcast kind of like reminded me of the value that those things have. And I know that people hear that and they're like, okay, well, like you're a scumbag, like you're trying, like I think the idea when you say you're gonna pick up girls is like you're gonna like trick them into like sleeping with you or something like that. And it's like that's not it at all. Like I really don't think that that's it in any way, right? I think when you do that, you have to have the understanding that, like, I mean, I don't know. I think if you go in with that approach, you're gonna have no results. I'm gonna trick someone into fucking me. That's crazy. It's not about that at all. It is, how do I create a situation in which even if I was the girl, I would still fuck me. How can I like not insult this person's intelligence in any way, but still be perceived as someone who is strong and independent and competent and like has all of these positive characteristics, so much so that this person like wants to date me, right? How can I do that? And how can I do that repeatedly, right? Because it's really difficult to do that. And so like I don't know. So I'm listening to this podcast and it's cheesy and like these guys are kind of douchey, but what they're trying to do is pump the state of the people who have come to this seminar, right? And so it's all about the tone and intonation in which they say things, right? And basically, I think it goes along with some of the. I'm reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and he talks about how these like these get rich quick social tricks, of like, hey, smile when you meet someone, or like, hey, make sure you ask a question at the right time. Every single time they mention baloney, you should ask a question about their contacts in the software industry so that you can become a software mogul. Like that's ridiculous. But like, there's these small tricks and everybody thinks that, if you accumulate enough small tricks and remember them and cycle through them like an encyclopedia in your head enough, then you can reach this status where like you're like you can reach victory of some sort. And that's not it at all, right? It's more so change the internal mechanisms that like make you who you are, right? And pump your state is what they say, get yourself. I think everybody has had some point in their life when they have been in a social interaction or like maybe in a group setting where the attention of the group was on them and they didn't even have to think when they were holding that attention, right? Things just escaped their mouth and they were inherently interesting because the person who you were in that moment believed they were interesting and they just flowed out of you, right? And that's being in state, right? It's when the attention is on you. And that is, and you can put yourself there. That is a state of mind, right? That's why they call it a state. Right, you can put yourself there, and you don't even need to look good. You don't even need to you don't need to have 6-pack abs. You don't need to have a big tan. You just need to believe that you are the shit, and act in a way that reflects that you believe that you are the shit, and people will believe that you are the shit. You can be a fat piece of slob, and people will believe that you're the shit if you act like it. And I think that would have helped me so much in these past couple of days. And I think that I still kind of naturally do that, but I don't think I did it cognitively. I think that I kind of just had to like trust that I would do that on my own, which is probably a more natural way to do it, which is probably better than, trying to like cognitively force yourself into a state of mind like that. But I think that if I had that in the back of my head a little bit more, then I would have done a little bit better with it, even something as simple as like, hi, like, okay, so here's an example. Tinder. I have matched with so many beautiful women down here. And the thing is, I think, is that there's more beautiful women down here than in Rochester, right? So you're swiping through all these beautiful women, and you're like, God damn it. Like, I just felt, I think I felt so needy by the end of my swiping that, like, I'm like, okay, I need to trick this girl into sleeping with me. I need to write the right combination of, it's like, no, you don't. Not at all. The opposite is true. You need to be so confident in who you are, and then just fucking extend a paper airplane. You know, that's a lead to a beautiful person that, like, you might potentially date, right? And then send her a paper airplane. Doesn't matter too much, you know? Like, if you're one of these, like, needy motherfuckers that needs to, like, design the perfect thing to, like, send to her so she's not offended, but she's still challenged, but it's like, fuck that. Go fucking be a badass. Hey, what's up? What up? I like a fucking cat. Where'd you get it? It's weird that you have a cat. I don't know. He looks cool. How many toes he got? How many toes on your cat? Okay, that's a little weird. I don't know if anybody would respond to that. But, like, a true way to be unhappy is to live your life as the byproduct of other people's, like, reaction to who you are, right? I know that. But, like, sometimes it's easy to slip back into that. So I think that's my goal for today, is I stopped going to bars and clubs because I felt kind of, like, skeevy about it, right? I honestly stopped. I mean, I went out, like, a week ago, and I went out again the week before. But I haven't gone out and felt that, like, sense of power and felt that, like, sense of, like, badass stuff, because I think I forgot that, like, idea of it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter what you say, it matters how you say it. And, you know, I think back to that stand-up set that I watched, like, yesterday night, on Thursday night, and the guy struggled. The people who on stage who struggled were not in state. And I think it's the idea that you have to be in state in order for you to be successful. That's wrong, right? But I think the best stand-up comedians, the reason why experience helps so much is because you can slide into that persona, right? And the more you do that, the more you are that persona, the more you can slide into it, and the more you can lock into it and live in that. And the people, you could tell the middle comic was not as experienced in that as the other two. As the other three, right? He was good. A lot of his bits were really funny, but he didn't slide into it as easy. And even the comic, like, I don't think any of them are going to be, I think that the guy that I saw, I don't know. I think that they are actors, not stand-up comedians. I think stand-up is something that is really difficult. And I think it needs, you need years and years and years and years and years and years of practice before you can efficiently slide into that state. So, I don't know. I think the guy was a better actor probably, where somebody else was probably writing his lines, and all he had to do was embody the character enough to, like, deliver those lines. I'm not saying that that's easy. I mean, it's so fucking difficult to get an acting career or an acting job, and I'd probably suck ass at it. But, like, I don't know. I think up stand-up comedy, that's why I think it's so fucking respected nowadays, I think it blows my mind that you can watch a guy with a microphone stand on a stage, and that's treated almost at the same level as, like, a film. Films cost multi-million dollars to produce, right? A stand-up comedy special is one guy with a microphone, or a woman with a microphone, on a stage, and there's cameras and stuff, but, like, the budget there might be, like, $500,000, but that'd be insane, right? So it's like, the budget's probably close to, like, maybe $50,000, not even. So that is treated on the same level as a multi-million-dollar movie. Like I could film and produce a stand-up special pretty efficiently. I could camera switch in Premiere Pro. But I think that, like, the reason why that is so valued in our culture is because those people are up on stage spreading their goddamn wings, and you can tell they are in their fucking persona, and they are in their state, and they are fully aligned. With every single joke that hits really hard, they are fully aligned with what they're saying. And it's amazing. It's truly amazing. And And I think if I was more aware of that and cognizant of that, it would have helped me get a job. It would have helped me make more friends. And so that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to find some dudes on the internet. I'm going to say, hey, let's meet at this bar. We're going to hang out for 20 minutes or, for an hour. And then we're going to go from that bar to another bar where we're going to go meet girls. And that's because that's going to be fun. I'm going to make a crew that way. So that's the plan.